Kristen Clark and Muriel Palaka from PopCultureMadness.com and ConcertBlogger.com. Could you introduce yourself, our guest here?
Hi, my name's Beau, and I sing for a band called Blessthefall.
Blessthefall. Well, thank you so much for joining us for Came Against. How are you enjoying Warped Tour this year?
It's awesome, man. It's crazy. It's a lot more pressure this year. We're on the main stage. Yeah, we're on one of the main stage bands, so it's it feels like a lot more pressure.
What does that add to it?
Yeah, because it's like now we're playing on a big stage, so if no one comes to watch you play, you're like losing right now.
But you guys play on big stages all the time.
Yeah. But this year's it's crazy and it's awesome. We're sharing stage with some amazing bands, and it's been great. It's been great.
So, I mean, how does Warped Tour differ from, I mean, even some of the other festivals? Like, I know it kind of has a life all its own.
Yeah, well, you know, first and foremost, you get all different types of genres. You can have like a heavy metal, black metal band, and then you can have like, you know, a dubstep DJ on the stage, or a pop, you know, or folk band, or something like that. So it's so many different types of genres of music, but it's mixed in one place to where, and so in close to proximity to where you can kind of be walking by and hear some music you like and stop and check it out. So I think it's a place where, you know, people come to see their favorite bands and also to check out newer artists.
What's been one band you've been surprised to find that you've been into?
The band called Let Live. I mean, I don't know if I'd say I'm surprised. I've heard of them, seen the name, and then checked them out the other day and was absolutely blown away. I was just like, holy crap, what's going on? Because it's like a band like At the Drive-In was like one of my favorite bands. Glassjaw, one of my favorite bands. And they're like a mix. They're like a crazy mix of both bands. Like their live performance is unreal. It's definitely inspiring. It makes me want to like step it up. Feels like I'm standing still on stage watching those guys. So yeah, they're awesome. Great band, and I wouldn't say they're like a brand new band, but a lot of people, you know, a lot of people need to know about them. So check them out. Let Live.
So in terms of your music, what are you currently working on right now? What do you have?
We got a new album coming out August 20th. We just put out a new song a couple of weeks ago. It's called "You Were Crowned, But You're No King," and it sounds like a Game of Thrones reference.
It really does.
Everyone's all the comments on our YouTube are like Joffrey, and so. Good timing with that, but yeah. Yeah, I know. My wife loves Game of Thrones, so she was stoked on that too.
Okay, so was it inspired by Game of Thrones or something else?
Kind of. It was. I mean, I think it was indirectly inspired by Game of Thrones, to be honest. You know, I love the title, and then I realized, like, you know, the lyrics are kind of the idea behind it. We're actually kind of like, you know, like had Game of Thrones vibe, so it was awesome. It worked out great.
So can you talk a little bit about what the mindset was like in the studio when putting together the new album? Is there maybe a track in particular? I know you just mentioned the single, but is there, you know, another song that stands out?
There are 11 other songs that stand out. The whole record just came out like better than we could have ever expected. It was we co-wrote a song with Vic from Pierceville, and which is like crazy because our bands are very different, you know what I mean? And so that song came out great. We had some guest vocalists. Jake from a band called August Burns Red was on it. Jesse from a band called Stick to Your Guns, and then Lights, which is my wife. She is singing on the song with me, and it's something we've never done together as a couple.
I love your wife's music. But I have to say that. So.
She's amazing, and so yeah. So we actually co-wrote the melodies and stuff together. So it's so many new crazy things, and a new producer, and just a new sound, and it's kind of like rejuvenating the band almost. So it's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome. There's so much cool stuff going on with the record. So.
Very cool. So what do you have in the future? What do you guys do?
Touring like crazy. So yeah, it's that's usually the plan. After this, we're going to Europe with the August Burns Red, and then we're doing a little headliner in the United Kingdom, and then a big U.S. tour announcement. We'll be coming to Philly. Can't tell you what it is, but it's an amazing band.
Always gotta tease us.
I know. Sorry. The record will be out by then, and so I'm really excited for that.
That's awesome. Is there anything challenging for you about the recording? You're working with a new producer, and also just with a lot of the new elements that you've had to get.
Yeah, like you said, the new producer, you don't really know what you're getting into. Our last two records were the same producer, so all of a sudden you're in with a new guy, and you're just kind of like, all right, is this dude gonna like get us? You know, is he gonna understand it? Like, is he gonna work hard as hard as we are? Just because we bust our ass. Like every record, we're like, it's like very, you know, like regimented. Like, we're up at this time, we're recording at this time. This record, they were a lot more relaxed. Where it's like, all right, yeah, we'll start guitars at 3, and we're like, what? What the hell's going on? So it was almost like summer camp. We were out in the middle of like the woods in this really dope house, and kind of just on our own. So it was cool to just kind of get away and just be there and be able to just write music and create and let it happen naturally without forcing it.
So, I mean, being out in a house, like in the middle of nowhere almost, maybe, does that often, I guess, become a character of the environment itself, having influence on your writing at all? I mean, it obviously gets you out of the mix of the regular studio.
Sure, yeah, it's a lot more relaxing and just kind of you know, you take a second to just kind of reflect on things. You know what I mean? You go sit in the woods and you just like go and sat by some creek and was just like, okay, what do I want this song to go? I'm just listening to the music, and you know, you just kind of be on your own. You're not in this hotel room in the city. You know what I mean? So it takes on a character of its own as well. And there's nothing wrong with recording in the city or anything like that. I'm sure we'll do it again sometime. But it was just cool to kind of be in a different spot, and it puts you in a different mindset. It really does. So yeah, it was awesome.
Very cool. So thank you so much for spending time with us. This has been Beau Bokan and Kristen Clark.
And Beau, hi.
And Beau, definitely check them out on Pop Culture Madness and concertblogger.com.
We'll get it right.
Yeah.
You got any messages or comments for fans?
Just check out the new record, and thank you for supporting us for all these years. You're gonna love the new stuff.
Awesome. Yeah. Absolutely can't wait. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. See ya.